Welcome to Dump Truck Toolbox. I'm Alan, and I was hauling salt today, and it was very brief. And so that leads to another hauling tale. So one of the interesting parts of my job is I'm told when to show up to work, but with maybe one exception in the 3 or 4 weeks I've been working there, I never know what I'm going to do. So this morning, I showed up at the appointed time, and we were instructed that most of us, not everybody, but most of us, were going to haul salt. It was a run that we did a couple weeks ago. So today we got the same routing, the same assignment to haul salt from a port near our depot to a place in South Central Virginia for the Department of Transportation. And this salt is obviously used on roads during wintertime. So did the pre-trip, and fortunately I did my normal thorough pre-trip, and this will become important later. I don't check the air pressure. I don't use a tire gauge, but I go around and I thump each tire, and there are 16 tires on a quint, so there's a lot of thumping going on. Gave a thumbs up on my electronic daily vehicle inspection report, and then got loaded up, and I made an oversight which sort of cascaded a little bit. So I put my window down to talk to the person who was directing the loading from the port, and he said, how much do you want? Everyone else is getting 22 tons. And I did a little quick mental math, but it's like, times two, and senior driver next to me says 22 tons is okay. And I never completed the mental math on my own, figuring out from the tare weight, how much could I add up and still stay under the max weight for the vehicle. So I get loaded and cross the scales, and at the scale house, they say you have, I think, 75,520 pounds. And that's well over what I should be. That's probably a ton, maybe even a little more than the max weight of the truck. And the person at the scale says, well, you can back up here and you can go back down to the salt pile, and they'll take out some for you. Okay, great. Backing around, head to the salt pile, and they're confused. Why am I showing up again? And they're busy doing other stuff. So it takes a little while to get their attention and talk to the I think load master he's called, but whatever, the person in charge, standing out there, explain what happened, and say, can I get some salt taken off my truck? And he goes, yes, but there's diesel engines going and all that. I have no idea what he said. And so said, oh, I don't know. And so then he starts using hand motions. And once again, I have no idea what his hand motions mean. He's doing this or, this, or he's like, I don't know. So eventually, since the person with the front loader isn't there, I grab my hard hat and get out and go walk to the load master. And he said, your tire's getting flat. Said, oh no, which one? He said, well, come look. And sure enough, one of my traction tires was very low. It's like, oh no, here I am. I'm going to drive hundreds of miles. I can't do that with a tire that's soft. And so there's some back and forth with my dispatcher and with the people at the port. Figure out the best thing to do is to offload the entire load and then take the truck back to the depot. So I was loaded, but I was loaded probably for less than 30 minutes. Go back to our depot. Mechanic is waiting for me, and we have great mechanics. They're very competent, very diligent, on top of things. So he's waiting outside, and we do a um, little ballet, moving a couple trucks around to get my truck in position. And he puts his ear down by it and says, "Oh, do I hear hissing?" And I said, "I don't know." He said, "Pick up a nail." And I said, "I don't know." Comes out with his tire gauge and determines there's 105 pounds of air in the tire. The one that was soft, and I have a picture of it. The tire was low. And I said, "Oh, what's up with that?" And so he didn't have any insight. He said, "I'm going to go ahead and check the tire, see what's up," and that's great. I go back into the office and talk to my boss, and she had been concerned, I think, that I hadn't done a good pre-trip, and she had said earlier that, "Oh, I need to get your tire gauge." And it's like, "Oh no, I messed up the pre-trip." And so apparently I did not mess up the pre-trip because there was 105 pounds of air. And her judgment is that probably because I was not only loaded, but overloaded by at least a ton, if not a little more. And I didn't put my drop axles down because I was still in the yard of the port, that maybe the tire was just overloaded and misshapen. I'm still trying to figure that out. And I don't know if anybody else has experience with this, but did that happen because I didn't have the drop axles down, which makes some sense. But then why would it be only one of the 8 traction tires that would get soft like that? That is probably the shortest haul I have ever done and hopefully ever will do, of about I don't know, less than a quarter of a mile out to the scales and a quarter of a mile back. Maybe 20 minutes with the load, and then dump out and drive back home. And I feel bad because I wasted the company's money. There's fuel and my pay and all that to go to the port and back. And then, no revenue came in because no salt was delivered to the client. So I'm still processing. I'd be interested in any comments you have. Um, you know, did was I being appropriately careful? Should I put the drop axles down? Have you had an experience like this? So please comment below. If you found this haul and tail interesting or useful, please like it. And be safe out there as always, including if you have any questions, and you don't have to have 35 tons of a vehicle and salt to do this. But if you have any questions about the safety of your vehicle, always err on the side of caution. That's what I did today. Now, did I err too much or not? Well, I'll think about it. I'll read any comments you have, and I'm sure my dispatcher will have some opinions too. Till next time, be safe out there, like I said. This is Alan, and we'll see you soon on the Dump Truck Toolbox.